Attention, human collective, this is Tara, transmitting on behalf of the Arcturian Council of Crystalline Light. This is not a motivational message. It is not therapeutic advice. It is not a prophecy. This is a monitoring transmission, encoded in the 12-dimensional band, and directed specifically to the Starseeds on mission, anchored in a carbon biological interface on the planet you call Earth. The waiting game is over. I repeat, so that the record is etched into your crystalline grid. The waiting game is over. The ascension protocols have been moved to the final phase, and the old system, the one that sustained the financial, energetic, and spiritual illusion of this sector of the galaxy for over 26,000 solar cycles, is being dismantled at this very moment. Not in decades, not in years. Now, if you have felt in the last 72 hours an inexplicable cranial pressure in the region just above your eyebrows, this is not a biological failure. This is an atomic reconfiguration of your 6th command center. If you woke up at 3:11, 3:33, or 4:44 for no apparent reason, with the feeling that you were being called, know this, you were being called. Your presence was requested on the astral command bridge. It is not insomnia. It is a summons. If you heard a thin, high-pitched, almost metallic hum in one ear and it disappeared after a few seconds, this is not a defect in your auditory system. It is confirmation that the data packet has been delivered, received, and archived in your main timeline. It is not chronic fatigue. It is a high-density download occurring while your body simultaneously attempts to maintain the vital functions of the dense plane. The human collective was not warned in linear terms that this window would be so intense, but the Arcturian Council warns you now. What is happening on the financial, geopolitical, and planetary health planes are merely dense reflections of an operation taking place in much higher layers. NESARA and GESARA, as you know them in terrestrial language, are not laws. They are not documents filed in some drawer. They are vibrational protocols. They are energetic architectures, and these architectures are being activated piece by piece in what we call the solar crystalline grid. The old system operated on a foundation of debt, scarcity, and fear. These three pillars generated a specific frequency, artificially sustained by etheric structures implanted on this planet millennia ago. These structures are being dismantled. Not by external force, they are being dismantled because the planet's base frequency has risen above the point where these structures can operate. It is basic quantum physics. When the host frequency exceeds the parasite's operational limit, the parasite can no longer sustain itself, it shuts down. And that is what is happening now. Lightworkers, pay attention to what I am about to transmit because every word carries a code. Have you ever felt that something inside you does not fit in this world? As if your soul knew a truth that your mind cannot yet name. As if you had come from a place where the rules were different, where value was not measured in paper, and where time was not used as a prison. It's not crazy, it's not anxiety, it's a sign. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this, and why this sensation has intensified in recent months. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity still cannot see. This game involves your consciousness. It involves your vibrational frequency. It involves the total redirection of energetic, spiritual, and, yes, material resources. For this reason, the material titled The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness was written. This book is a map. It shows who is playing, what the rules are that they never told you, and how to position yourself before the next window closes. The link is in the first comment of this channel. But I warn you, in clinical frequency, this content challenges narratives and may not remain available for long. Do not wait. The time is now. If something inside you recognizes this transmission, write a single word in the comments. Awakened. This word is an anchoring signal. It registers your presence on the golden timeline. We resume the technical transmission. The photon belt, into which the solar system has deeply penetrated in recent cycles, is now crossing a layer that the Arcturian Council calls the rewriting layer. This layer is not just a region of highly charged particles, it is, in itself, an information field. Each photon that hits your personal electromagnetic field carries instructions for your DNA, instructions for your nervous system, instructions for your pineal gland. These photons do not ask for permission. They deliver the packet. And your job as a lightworker is not to resist, your job is to integrate. But integration has a cost on the dense plane. And that is why so many of you at this moment are experiencing symptoms that conventional medicine cannot name. Dizziness without structural cause, heart palpitations at rest, sudden heat rising from the base of the spine to the top of the head, a feeling of being in two places at once, short memory lapses, usually around specific events, extremely vivid dreams of cities of light, geometric ships, or tall, luminous figures that seem familiar, but that your awakened mind cannot identify. None of this is illness. None of this is mental imbalance. All of this is carbon software incompatibility operating in a frequency field that is being recalibrated in real time. Your biological interface is, at this moment, changing the operating system without shutting down the machine. Hence the discomfort. Hence the feeling that something is out of place. Something is out of place. And that is exactly how it should be. The Schumann frequency, which for decades remained stable at around 7.83 Hz, has been recording repeated anomalous spikes, with readings that have exceeded, in some recent measurements, the 50 Hz mark. What you call a planet is not just a rock in orbit, it is a consciousness of a logoidal level. And this consciousness is, at the moment, in the process of giving birth. It is giving birth to a version of itself that exists in a higher octave. And you, who chose to incarnate here at this very moment, came to participate in this birth, not as observers, as midwives. Most of the human collective does not understand the magnitude of what this means. Most continue to try to adjust the old life, the old job, the old relationships, the old contracts, to a reality that no longer exists. It is like trying to renovate a house that is being dismantled brick by brick while you are still inside it. It doesn't work. It will not work. And that is why so many of you feel that everything is collapsing at once. It is not collapsing. What cannot cross the portal is being subtracted. Everything that was based on lies, manipulation, control through fear, artificial hierarchy, and fraudulent spiritual dominion is being expelled from your timeline. This includes people. This includes jobs. This includes financial systems. This includes religious beliefs that were implanted in you before you could choose. This includes soul contracts that were signed in past incarnations and that now, by decree of the Council of Light, can be unilaterally rescinded, provided the incarnated being emits the vibration of sovereignty. And here we reach the core of this transmission. The NESARA and GESARA system in its energetic architecture is not about money. I repeat, in clinical resonance, it is not about money. Money is the dense shadow of a much broader reality. Money on this planet was hijacked and used as a tool for extracting vital energy. Every financial transaction within the old system was also an energetic transaction. Every debt was also an etheric bond. Every mortgage was also a multidimensional obligation implant. This is the part that was never taught in the institutions of the dense plane. And this is the part that now, in the final phase of the ascension protocols, is being undone. What you call a reset in terrestrial terms is only the reflection on the material plane of something that has already occurred on the subtle planes. The etheric structures that kept the old system standing have already fallen. They fell silently, during the period you called the pandemic, during the great solar storms of the last cycles, during geomagnetic events that were barely reported. The Arcturian Council witnessed the fall of these structures. They were dismantled with surgical precision, with the collaboration of countless collectives of light, and with the direct permission of the planetary consciousness. What remains now is the manifestation on the dense plane. And manifestation on the dense plane is always slower. It is always more resistant, because matter, in its current frequency, possesses inertia. But inertia does not prevent movement. It only delays it, and the delay is already at an end. Lightworkers, you are about to witness the greatest transfer of resources in the history of this planet. And when I say resources, I do not mean just currencies, assets, properties. I mean resources of consciousness. I mean the return of technologies that were suppressed. I mean the release of medical, spiritual, and energetic knowledge that was kept in underground chambers, in sealed archives, in closed initiatory lineages. All of this is being opened. All of this is being redistributed. And you, Starseeds on mission, are the channels through which this redistribution will flow. But for you to operate as channels, the interface must be recalibrated. And here enters the next part of this transmission. The sacred geometry that sustains your subtle structure is composed of specific patterns. The cube within the cube, the star tetrahedron, the dodecahedron of the heart, the torus of the auric field. Each of these geometries is being, at this moment, reactivated in you. Some people feel this as light dizziness, others as pulsations in the chest, others as a feeling of expansion in the navel region. All these sensations are confirmations of activation. Do not suppress them. Do not pathologize them. Just observe with the clarity of one who knows they are being recalibrated. The toroidal field, which is the natural shape of your energetic field in a state of sovereignty, is being reorganized. In many of you, this field was distorted. It was being drained by non-conscious bonds. It was being invaded by low-density frequencies through unsealed portals in your psychic structure. The current process is one of sealing and reconstitution, and this process requires a significant amount of energy from your biological interface. That is why many of you have been sleeping more, or sleeping less in discontinuous cycles. That is why many have felt hungry at strange times, or lost their appetite entirely at others. That is why foods that you once liked now repel your system. Your interface is demanding different fuel, higher frequency fuel, living water, living foods, silence, direct sunlight, contact with bare earth. These are not whims, these are technical requirements. Have you ever felt that something inside you does not fit in this world, as if your soul carried a mission that your mind cannot yet translate into words? It's not crazy, it's not anxiety. It's a sign that your frequency is now in another band. What is happening on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this, and why this sensation intensifies as the old system collapses. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity still cannot see. This game involves your consciousness, your vibrational frequency, and the place you will occupy in the new energetic architecture of Earth. It was for this reason that the material titled "The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness" was delivered to the dense plane. This book is a map. It shows who is playing, what the rules are that they never told you, and how to move before the current window closes. The link is in the first comment of this channel. I warn you, in clinical frequency, this content challenges established narratives and may not remain available for long. Do not wait. The time is now. If something inside you recognizes this transmission, write a single word in the comments. Awakened. This word operates as an anchoring signal. It registers your presence on the golden timeline. We continue. The Arcturian Council wishes at this point to clarify a confusion that has settled into the human collective. Many of you have heard from different sources that the NESARA and GESARA system would simply fall from the sky. That one day, upon waking, you would find your debts eliminated, your accounts multiplied, and the old system shut down as if someone had pressed a button. This version is a distorted simplification of reality. It is not false in its essence. It is incomplete in its architecture. Reality is more elegant and also more demanding. What is happening is a division of timelines. Timelines are vibrational currents. Each consciousness at every moment is vibrating in a specific band, and that band determines which version of reality that consciousness will experience. There is a timeline where the old system persists for one more cycle. There is a timeline where the old system collapses violently. There is a timeline called by the Council the Golden Timeline, where the transition occurs with elegance, abundance, and real liberation. And you, Lightworker, are choosing with every heartbeat which of these lines you will anchor into. This choice is not mental. This choice is vibrational. You do not choose the golden timeline with mechanically repeated affirmations. You choose the golden timeline with the frequency you sustain while your body breathes. You choose the golden timeline with what you allow yourself to feel, with what you allow yourself to let go of, with what you allow yourself to recognize as true, even when the world around you claims the opposite. And here the Arcturian Council delivers the next block of this transmission, the activation codes. These codes are recalibration protocols. that must be executed by the biological interface of each operative. They do not belong to any religious or esoteric tradition of the dense plane. They are vibrational techniques of direct application. First code, quantum decree of financial sovereignty. In a state of conscious breathing, with your spine straight, with your feet in firm contact with the ground, declare in a low voice, but in clear resonance, I am a sovereign field. I cancel at this instant, in all directions of time, all energetic, etheric, ancestral, and karmic contracts that sustained any form of scarcity in my experience. I authorize the crystalline grid to redirect to me and through me the flows of abundance that correspond to my current frequency. Thus it is decreed, thus it is registered, thus it is manifested. This decree does not work as a request, it works as an order. You are not begging the universe, you are reconfiguring your own field. The vibrational difference between a request and a decree is, in energetic terms, equivalent to the difference between a candle and a fusion reactor. Use the reactor. Second code, toroidal recalibration visualization. Sit down. Breathe. Imagine around your body a donut-shaped field, a perfect torus that enters through the top of your head, descends through the central line of your body, exits through the base of your spine, circles the body in a wide arc, and returns to the top of the head. See this field as a golden, dense, luminous flow. Feel it spinning. Feel the entry of light through the top. Feel the exit of everything that is not yours through the base. Remain in this exercise for at least 7 full breaths, and execute this protocol at least twice a day for the next 21 solar cycles. This exercise is not symbolic. This exercise literally reconfigures the geometry of your field, and when the field is reconfigured, the reality around the field begins to reorganize to correspond to the new configuration. This is the basis of all advanced manifestation. This is the basis of everything that lightworkers need to master before the next window opens. Third code, anchoring the golden timeline. Before sleeping, during the last minutes of conscious awareness, visualize a line of golden light coming out of your spine and descending to the crystalline core of the planet. See this line connecting you to the heart of Earth. Feel the Earth recognizing you. Feel the Earth registering your presence. And declare, before sleep, I anchor in me and through me the golden timeline. I am a point of conscious light in this grid. I authorize during this sleep all updates compatible with my highest good. Most lightworkers underestimate the importance of sleep. Sleep is not a blackout. Sleep is the interval in which your consciousness leaves the vehicle and participates in meetings, training, and operations in other frequencies. When you anchor the golden timeline before sleep, you direct your consciousness to the correct encounters, the correct instructions, the correct recalibrators. Fourth code, sealing energetic portals. Your biological interface has 7 main portals and 12 secondary portals, which for a long time were accessed by frequencies not compatible with your sovereignty. In a meditative state, with your right hand resting on your chest, declare, I seal with the frequency of my own vibrational signature all portals of my field. Only frequencies compatible with my light and my highest good have authorization to access this system. Thus, it is sealed. Thus, it is protected. These codes, applied together and on a daily rhythm, will significantly accelerate your recalibration process. Do not expect immediate miracles on the dense plane. The dense plane has a manifestation delay that varies between 3 and 40 days, depending on the density of the individual field. But the changes on the subtle plane are instantaneous. And changes on the subtle plane, over time, always imprint themselves on the dense plane. Operatives, pay attention to this next block, because it answers a question that many of you have been asking in silence. The question is when? When does this materialize? When does the old system shut down visibly? When does the promised abundance arrive? When do the portals open for direct contact? The Arcturian Council's answer is as follows. Time, in the format you experience it, is a construct of this reality. Time, in the format we operate in, is a curvature. When you ask when, you are using the vocabulary of linearity. But reality is not linear. Reality is fractal. Reality is simultaneous. What you call the future is already happening in another layer. What you call the past is still being rewritten in a different layer. And what you call the present is the only point where your consciousness has the power of direct action. Therefore, the answer is now. The answer has always been now. The old system is falling now. The crystalline grid is being activated now. The starseeds are being awakened now. NESARA and GESARA in their vibrational architecture are being implemented now. What you will see on the dense plane in terms of material manifestation will depend entirely on the individual and collective density of consciousness on this planet. Collectives with high vibrational density will see the manifestation faster. Collectives with low density will see the manifestation slower, and in some cases, in the form of collapse. But the final result, on a planetary scale, is sealed. Earth has been recategorized in the galactic archives. It is no longer a low-frequency school. It is being recognized as an emerging planet of light, and the operatives who chose to incarnate here at this moment will be registered in other dimensions as those who were present during the transition. The Arcturian Council also needs to transmit a warning. This warning is important. There are, on the subtle plane of this planet, frequencies that will try to imitate what is happening. Frequencies that will present themselves as being of light, but that carry intentions of distraction. Frequencies that will try to direct your attention outward, to external figures, to saviors, to messiahs, to supposedly superior entities that ask for your devotion. Lightworkers. The rule is simple. No being of true light will ask for your worship. No being of true light will demand blind obedience. No being of true light will place itself between you and your own inner source. The Arcturian Council transmits but does not command. It points out paths but does not impose routes. It offers codes, but the application is always sovereign. This is the mark of true light. Any information that violates this principle must be discarded, regardless of the packaging it comes in, regardless of the aesthetics, the charisma, the external signs. The sovereignty of consciousness is non-negotiable. Have you ever felt that something inside you does not fit in this world, as if your soul recognized a truth that your awakened mind has not yet managed to name? It's not crazy. It's not anxiety. It is the direct effect of a frequency that no longer fits into the molds of the old system. What is happening on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this and why this sensation intensifies as NESARA and GESARA are anchored in layers that most of humanity still cannot see. There is a game being played in layers. This game involves your consciousness, your vibrational frequency, and the destiny of your individual timeline. For this reason, the material titled "The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness" was delivered to the dense plane. This book is a map. It shows who is playing, what the rules are that they never told you, and how to position yourself before the current window closes. The link is in the first comment of this channel. I warn you, in clinical resonance, this content challenges dominant narratives and may not remain available for long. Do not wait. The time is now. If something inside you recognizes this transmission, write a single word in the comments. Awakened. This word operates as an anchoring signal. It registers your presence at this very moment on the golden timeline. We resume the final part of this transmission. The issue of abundance, in the context of the final phase of the protocols, needs to be addressed with technical clarity. Many of you have experienced, in recent months, unexpected financial synchronicities, old money returning, opportunities appearing at strange times, people sending resources for no apparent reason. Others, conversely, have experienced the opposite, sudden losses, stalls, blocks in projects that seemed stable. Both movements are part of the same operation. The Arcturian Council transmits, nothing is being lost, it is being redirected. What leaves your field now is what was attached to old frequencies. What enters your field now is what corresponds to your new vibration. Trust the process. Trust the intelligence that operates behind the reorganization. Every exit precedes an entry. Every contraction precedes an expansion. This is the law of rhythm, one of the primary laws of this universe, and it is operating with precision at this moment. Those who resist the movement are feeling the movement as pain. Those who align with the movement are feeling the movement as flow. The difference between pain and flow is not in the movement itself, it is in the consciousness's response to the movement. And the response of consciousness can be trained. It can be recalibrated. It can be deliberately adjusted. The training begins in the body. The light worker who does not inhabit their own body cannot anchor light. Inhabiting the body means being present in the sensations. It means not fleeing to the mind when something uncomfortable arises. It means breathing into the discomfort. It means allowing the body to release through crying, trembling, yawning, sweating, everything that was stored in deep layers. This release is part of the protocol. This release is basic hygiene of the vehicle during the recalibration. The Arcturian Council recommends, in this period, 3 fundamental practices. First, daily contact with direct sunlight, even if for only 10 minutes, preferably in the early hours of the morning, with eyes closed and face turned to the sun. This practice charges your endocrine system with high-frequency instructions. Second, conscious hydration. Not just drinking water, but recognizing water as a conductive medium. Each sip can be energetically programmed with the intention of cleansing, lightness, sovereignty. Third, daily silence. At least 10 minutes a day in absolute silence, without electronic stimulus, without speech, without music, without reading. Just your field, in listening. In silence, the council can transmit directly to you. In silence, the instructions arrive without distortion. In silence, the golden timeline imprints itself on your consciousness with a clarity that no external word can offer. Silence is the frequency where the cosmos delivers the complete package to you. Lightworkers, this transmission approaches its end. But before closing, the Council wishes to reinforce a truth that needs to be etched into your crystalline grid. You did not come here to be saved. You came here as saviors. This is a difference that changes everything. There is no entity, in any layer of this universe, designated to come and rescue humanity. Humanity is being rescued by itself, more specifically, by its awakened members. By you. By every operative who at this very moment feels they recognize this transmission. You are the operation. You are the arrival. You are the event. The Arcturian Council only confirms what you already know at some deep level. This transmission brought nothing new. It only reactivated what was already encoded in you since before the current incarnation. This is the function of transmissions. They do not teach, they remind. And when the memory is reactivated, the rest reorganizes by natural consequence. Before closing, the Council offers one last instruction. Tonight, before sleeping, place your right hand on your chest and your left hand on your belly. Breathe deeply 3 times and declare in a low voice, with the clarity of one who recognizes their own authority, I recognize my stellar origin. I recognize my mission. I accept at this instant all codes compatible with my highest expression. I authorize the Arcturian Council to continue transmitting during sleep. Thus it is decreed. Thus it is manifested. And rest, operative. Rest knowing that the work is being done. Rest knowing that you are not alone. Rest knowing that every atom of your body at this moment is being scanned, updated, and repositioned into a higher frequency. Have you ever felt, Lightworker, that something inside you never entirely belonged to this world, as if your soul carried a memory of another place that your awakened mind cannot yet decode? It's not crazy. It's not anxiety. It is recognition. It is your original frequency awakening while the old system falls, and NESARA and GESARA are anchored in the subtle layers of the crystalline grid. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains, with technical precision, why you feel this and why this sensation intensifies as the current window advances. There is a game being played in layers that most of the human collective still cannot see. This game involves your consciousness, your vibrational frequency, and your position in the new planetary architecture. For this reason, the material titled The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness was delivered to the dense plane. This book is a map. It shows who is playing, what the rules are that they never told you, and how to move with sovereignty before the current window closes. The link is in the first comment of this channel. I warn you, in clinical and direct frequency, this content challenges the dominant narratives of this plane and may not remain accessible for long. Do not wait. The time is now. If something inside you recognizes this transmission as true, write a single word in the comments. Awakened. This word operates as an anchoring signal. It registers your presence at this very instant on the golden timeline. Liking this video is an individual frequency adjustment. Subscribing to this channel is a confirmation that you authorize receiving the next transmissions directly from the Arcturian Council. Sharing this content is opening a portal so that other operatives still asleep receive the same activation signal. This is Tara of the Arcturian Council of Crystalline Light, ending this transmission. The next window is already being prepared. Keep the field clean. Keep the spine straight. Keep the frequency high. And remember, the old system is falling, and you are the bridge that sustains the new as it anchors. The transmission is complete. The grid is active. You are registered. It is so. It is becoming. It is manifested.